Good morning, Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas. Thank you so much for coming back and watching a vlog, and if you're new here, welcome. It's the new year. What are we all up to? I am finally getting myself together. I have a little bit of story time of what happened over the holidays, but today is the day when I get my ass in gear. It has been a strange old holidays. I feel like a lot of people were saying the same thing, that it just didn't feel like Christmas and something was missing. That was definitely the case in my situation. There's a lot to catch up on, obviously the holidays, and things have been moving on in the house. But if you can hear weird noises, it is Cole absolutely wolfing down his breakfast. Steak as per usual for the spoiled little boy. Anyway, let me pop you on something. Was that nice? Happy New Year, everybody! Happy New Year! Okay, now he's going to be excited. Whew. Yes, so I was not well over the holidays. I mean, I was fine. I didn't feel that bad. I just felt like I had a bit of a flu and whatnot, so I rocked up to my mum's on Christmas morning. The cough is still lingering. I feel like I'm a smoker. Yeah, so I walked up to my mum's on Christmas morning and didn't feel the best, but I was gonna obviously go through with the day. My mum was like, maybe you should just do a COVID test in case it is COVID, because we don't want to pass that on to grandma and granddad, obviously. And I was like, right, okay. Done the test and it came back positive, so I spent Christmas alone. Yeah, not that great. I mean, of all the years to spend Christmas alone, it was this year because I was just really not in the spirit. As we know, I didn't have a tree up, I wasn't really doing much festivities, just with everything going on. So thankfully it was this year, because if it was any other year I would have cried and cried and cried, because Christmas is my thing. Christmas is our family thing. It is a big celebration in our family. It's like, it's what we do. So thankfully it was this year and I wasn't too bothered. So my mum and dad obviously went to have Christmas dinner with everybody else, and I just sat in their house because I was there already. I just sat in their house, ate chocolate, watched some garbage TV, and that was it. Me and Darren don't actually do Christmas together, which I didn't realise was strange until I had mentioned it to some people, and they're like, that's weird. Especially now that we're engaged and we're going to be married, I just can't imagine having Christmas with him. Like, he has his Christmas with his family, I have Christmas with my family. There's too many of us to combine, and there just wouldn't be enough space for anyone to host that many people. So we've always just done Christmases separately, and then sometimes at night time after dinner we'll come together and have like a party together. But yeah, it's just never been our thing. So when I had text some of my friends to be like, you'll never guess what, I'm alone, they're like, well, where's Darren? And I'm like, well, he's with his family, and he had said, you're not having Christmas alone, I will come back with you. And I was like, no, I'm not going to ruin everyone else's Christmas, and I don't want to ruin your day, so you go and have your day and don't worry about me. So he didn't stay too late. He left his mum's at like 9:30. I picked him up. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. My mum also brought me back a plate of Christmas dinner, which I ate, but couldn't taste a thing because I had no smell or taste. So that kind of ruined the whole of the holidays. Like, I wasn't planning on taking any time off work. I wasn't planning on taking any time off the gym. I was just planning on ploughing through as per usual. But I couldn't do anything. Like, I couldn't, just because I was so snotty and like coffee and things, I couldn't gym. Like, even now, going a walk with Cole, I am so out of breath. Like, I don't think it's fitness. I think it's just like my lungs are just recovering. So even walking, like, we've been walking around this area and there's been like hilly bits, and I've been like Darren, slow down, I can't breathe. So yeah, it kind of ruined the holidays in that sense, but we are back now. I'm not going to start the gym until next week. I'm going to spend this week kind of getting myself together. As suspected, RPC is just like thick and fast inquiries of brides getting their ass in gear and being like, right, I need to get myself sorted. So things are super busy with work, which I absolutely love, because sometimes like in between the Christmas holidays you feel a little bit in limbo. Like the first few days are fun, drinking, eating, having a good old time, doing nothing, watching TV. But then it comes to a point where I was like, I need to like get back to normality. I felt a bit lost. I wasn't really enjoying it. I'm not one for like slowing down and doing nothing for a long period of time. So 2 days was my max. What has been happening? Yesterday we had a meeting with Hillary's. They came round, the shutter curtain people. They came round and we had a little chat about getting shutters put throughout the living room and study. Why are shutters so expensive? No, like I don't want to half-ass it either and get cheap rubbish ones that just like roll up and down. I want proper like built-in nice looking ones, but they're so expensive. Ugh. We also ordered our dining table, got our dining table in like the Boxing Day sale, so got a good chunk of money off of it, which makes me so happy because that was also another large expense. So got a big 2 metre oak dining table, kind of like the picnic table style where the legs come like this, and then I'm going to get nice modern white and black, like white with like the black trim, like the bar stools. Yeah, so it's like the dining table I want to be like a mixture of kind of rustic-y and modern, kind of like Scandi style, kind of minimalist, but a little mixture of everything. Also the curtains finally came. We accidentally made a boo-boo ordering these curtains, and I thought because there was like a template on how to find out the dimensions that you need, because obviously you get a little bit more than the width of the window, so it like bulks up at the side. So I used that template and just thought you would put in the width of the window, the height, and that would be it. You actually have to do that, but then half it in order to, which I find over complex because you've hit the curtains. The picture is two curtains, one either side of the window. You put in the measurements, and I just assumed that they would come in half, like one for either side. They came as one massive sheet. Now this was so heavy because I got them lined, and I was like, oh my god, it took literally about a month and a half for them to come. They're from overseas, so to send them back would have been extortionate. So I was like, Darren, we're just gonna have to cut these. So we just cut them right up the middle, so the edges are kind of frayed, but we've put them to the outsides. But I'll show you how they're looking. So we put the black curtain rail up, and then we just got an off-white linen curtain, which I personally like for the more casual vibe that's going on in here. So full frame, this is how they're looking, and then I'm thinking of getting like a big stone pot with a kind of fake olive tree. We'll obviously have the big oak table. So at the minute, this table, please ignore all this, we're still obviously, this table is I think 160, so it will be longer, and it should fit three seats in one either side. But it should look good once it's all together. It's looking a bit mixed matchy because we've obviously got like the grey dining table at the minute, which is not the vibe. So we've got a lot of different styles going on. I'm also still waiting on Darren putting up the shelves, and I'm like, please can you do it? I've asked him every day for the past 5 days. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. He's not done it. I'm like, you need to get them up today because I'm getting angry. So I'm going to get them up, and then I'm going to get styling the kitchen, because I've not actually styled anything. I want to actually properly do it so it all matches. And then at the end of this month our couches arrive, which makes me so excited. I do actually have to show you, I got some more bits in from Protein World. The Slender pancake mix, I'm definitely going to give this a bash. I've got some strawberries and some yogurt, which I think will be lovely to top it up with. Then I got some tea. So this is a set, a day tea and a night tea. It's called Slender Day Tea, and it's basically just like green tea, peppermint, licorice root, all the stuff to kind of boost your metabolism, a little bit of caffeine in it, so increase your energy, calorie free, antioxidant tea, so you can get hydrated, supercharges, it's all natural, like the detox that our body needs after Christmas. And then the sleepy tea, which I could have done with because I've not been sleeping the past few nights. Chamomile, lavender, lemon balm. So I'm going to start taking them today as well. They're not like a gimmick where it's like, drink this tea and you'll lose weight. It's more just like a light detox. Oh my god, I've not told you. So we've booked a holiday. We're going skiing. I don't know how this happens to me, but we're going skiing not even that far away, like the middle of February, so a few weeks basically. We're going to Val Thorens in France. It's, to be fair, it's meant to be one of the best ski resorts. The après-ski vibes look insane, which I'm very happy about. The vibe looks great, beautiful mountain. It's like a ski in, ski out resort, which basically means that it's like really high up the mountain, so you can ski out of your hotel and go straight onto the slopes, rather than like when we were in Austria, you stay in the town at the bottom and there's not really much snow, and then you get the gondola right to the top, which personally I prefer what we're about to do. We done that when we were in teens before, and it makes it easier to pack for because it's just one cold climate rather than hot at the bottom and cold at the top like what Austria was. And it just saves a lot of hassle when it comes to like transporting your skis. I say hassle, it really was all Dad, and he just carries my skis everywhere. But it just makes it a lot easier. So we're going there in February. So I've been shopping for skiing stuff because every time I go on these holidays, I swear that it's my last time, and I just leave my ski stuff in the hotel. I don't want to take it home because I'm like, I'm never doing this again. So I'm going to buy stuff again. I want to keep it because I have a sneaky feeling that this will not be my last skiing holiday. Well, good morning. I look like this because today was my first day back at the gym since way before Christmas. Obviously I wasn't well, so I wasn't going, and my chest has just been lingering with like a cough, like tightness. It's still there, but I thought I need to get myself sorted and go to the gym. So I just went, didn't do a class, just did my own thing, and boy was I unfit and weak. Like, how insane is it that it takes ages to get to a level of fitness and then just like that you lose it? It's highly annoying. So anyway, now that I've been and done cardio, my chest does not feel right. COVID is lingering and I don't like it. It needs to bugger off. Anyway, I'm home and I'm going to try out some protein pancakes. So I'm going to mix them up. So basically all you need is 80 mils of milk, and then 4 little spoonfuls of the mixture. I pretty much struggle to intake protein. I don't like protein shakes. I don't overly like meat. I'm not a vegetarian or anything, but I just do not like meat dinners. Like, I only have it because I know I need to. So things like this that doesn't feel like protein, it feels like a treat, because I have had these already and they were really yummy. I was really surprised actually, because they are vegan. Yeah, they're plant-based, vegan, and sorry for any vegans, watching, but I personally just think, well, all the vegan things that I've tried has never really tasted that great. So I was a bit skeptical about these, but they taste really nice. So you basically mix up like a little kind of batter. We also need to actually get our hob and hood replaced because they're not working. You know how when you press it down and it goes, it just does that randomly. So like I was sitting in the living room and I just heard like the ignition going on and I was like, what is happening? 2 little chocolate pancakes. They do look like little cookies or something, but I promise they're super delicious. And there we have it. They're not the bonniest looking things, but they taste damn good. So just with some banana, strawberries was such a hit when I had that before. A little drizzle of honey and we are good to go. When I tell you I inhaled that plate of pancakes, I literally think I ate that in like 30 seconds. So yummy, so tasteful, not dry at all. I'm pleasantly surprised and it makes me want to order more of the Protein World like food kits, like they do cookies, mug brownies, things like that. Makes me definitely want to try the other things. So on that note, if anyone wants to buy any of their products, discount code is still live, PWRH. I will leave it on screen and in the description box below. No minimum spend, no restrictions, all year round, 40% off. So literally the best. In other news, before I go and shower and get ready, I have so much more to show you in the house. I have been living in TK Maxx every single night. I am literally going there like a crazy lady. And I went again last night and I'm finally happy with how the little frame is looking in the kitchen, even though behind me is still absolute carnage. At least one section is looking nice, so I'm going to get ready and then I'm going to show you what I picked up. So I think I'd mentioned that I wanted a plant for this corner, so I picked up this black and gold vase from TK Maxx and then got an artificial plant, which I'm going to buy some fake moss to fill that out. But yeah, I thought it was the perfect height, the perfect kind of shade of green just to kind of draw your eye to this corner, contrast with the linen curtains, and just kind of make this look a little bit more put together. I think I'm going to get a little mirror for here or something. The shelves are up. Now, they're bare because I need to get stuff to put on them. They're a little bit too high and close together, but we're not going to talk about that because it took me 5 weeks to get that in, to put that up. Basically, I drew lines where I wanted them, and like the top of the shelf was meant to go on the line, but he's put the bottom of the shelf on the line, so this should technically be down there to give a bit more height in between. So we're kind of struggling for space, so you'll see they're kind of a little bit too high, but I am not even going to ask Darren to change them. I also picked up from TK Maxx all of this stuff. Now, how cute is this styling in this corner? So basically I picked up this for £8 in TK Maxx. I got all of these books. They're just, I don't even know what is in them, but I'm sure it's just like really nice home inspo. Oh wow, yeah, really nice home inspo. But all of these are just kind of the same sort of tone and vibe, and I think they were all £12.99. So just styling them up in this little corner here. Picked up this little stand just to give a little bit of height. I picked up this stone pot for £7.99. I'm going to change these florals because they don't match, they're a different vibe, but it's all I have to work with right now. I think I'm going to dry out some Baby's Breath just to give it a bit more casualness, rustic vibes, but for now they're in there. Little corner styled. Now, do we remember the Ralph Lauren lamp that I picked up, which when I looked it up was about £1,000, and I got it for £85? Well, you won't believe it, but when I was leaving TK Maxx yesterday, I obviously had a big trolley full, so I was coming back, put the trolley in, and seen in the window the matching floor lamp, people. Obviously I ran back into TK Maxx and grabbed the lamp, took it to checkout, and purchased it. I was so excited, put it in the car, got it home, and sadly it broke in transit. But we're not going to talk about that because I've managed to salvage it if no one touches it. But let me show you. I'm going to get an accent seat for here, and this is the lamp. So it has this lovely bit, adjustable bit here. Super nice gold. It's like the perfect shade of gold. But it's quite short. You'll see in relation to like the ceiling in the window. So the plan is, once the accent seat is in, I'll be able to kind of put a box or something just to make it taller, but it'll be like a little reading nook. So once that's up, oh, it'll be lovely. So yeah, that is what I've been getting my hands on recently. I think that's all I got. Can't remember if I'd mentioned, but we've ordered the blinds, so they actually don't get started until March. Everything takes ages, so now that I've got the plant on the right hand side of the patio windows, I'm thinking what to do on the other side. Ignore this drying rack, that's going to go upstairs and we're going to have like a drying room. But I'm thinking maybe here like a little console, because the table's not going to be much wider than what is here already, so it's quite a lot of room. So I'm thinking maybe like either a thin wooden like stool console table thing, or a proper console table like cabinet, and then kind of rest a bit of art on the wall, maybe a little lamp or something, because this side's just going to stay as is, and I'm going to put obviously something on this wall. In the hall I actually hung a picture, so this was already up, and then I was going to put a mirror here, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep it the same, so I hung this picture myself. Pat on the back to me for my DIY skills. They're getting better and better day by day. And then for the rest of the day, it is invites, invites, invites. My mum is coming to help me because, as I mentioned, January is crazy. So we're getting some help from my one employee, which is mum. So mum has came and we've been doing the invites, and I decided to redecorate whilst working, and I dropped my glue gun and hot wax has somehow landed on the ceiling and I can't get it off, so I'm not too sure what we're going to do, but let me show you. It doesn't come across that bad on camera, but it's quite a few splatters and it doesn't come off. So any tips on how to get wax off a ceiling would be much appreciated. Mum also came with the goods, the baby's breath, and this little ensemble over in the corner looks so much better. I'm obsessed. How much better does that look? It just looks so much better. So then obviously I had to mirror this over here, so I've already changed out the plant here just for a small vase and some fresh baby's breath, and I feel like it just works a little bit better. It's not too much green on green, it's just much more subtle and ties in nicer with the other bits in the kitchen. That is that. I think I'm finally done in here. I still do want to tile the backsplash, but we were chatting last night and Darren actually wants to, not anytime soon, but see if we could extend, so bring the garage up the driveway and add it on to the side of the house. But I personally don't see the value in doing that. I would much rather stick with our original plan of doing an attic conversion to give a larger master bedroom. That just seems a bit more clever than just making this kitchen area bigger, because it doesn't really need to be bigger. And then I want to, in the utility, I want to tongue groove all the walls and paint them like a nice pale sage or something, and then add like wooden hooks to have like hanging dustpans on and stuff like that. I think it would just be really nice. So yeah, and then we were discussing our plans for the living room, and I think we are going to paint it dark navy. Dum dum dum! I feel like it's a good compromise between both of us, and I feel like it will be a nice contrast to the rest of the house. So I think we'll panel all the walls, like traditional paneling on the top and the bottom, dark navy, cream couch, cream curtains, 2 accent seats, a nice console table, wall lights, and I think it'll be a really nice cozy vibe in there. So that's the plan. And next on our list of things to do, next on my list of things to do is it's nail day for me. Now I don't think I actually got to show you my Christmas nails. Look at this bit here, it's bothering me because I was unwell, but I actually got nail art and I broke my nail art virginity. I can't remember if I told you. If I didn't, there we go. I got little stars and glitter. So that was bold for me. So I'm getting rid of them today, and I'm thinking of going bold again. I'm thinking of doing like an oval French tip, but making the French tip like a brown colour. Who is she? Gets nail art once and then I'm a changed woman, so we'll see. But yeah, that is where I'm going to head off now and get my nails done, and I'll show you how they turn out. Well, we're back, and I didn't chicken out. I proceeded with the very minimal nails. Go. I got the brown tip. I know, I see you. I got the brown tips, and I'm not mad about it. I think it's quite cool. But I'll definitely be going back to my regular French white tips next time. The rest of the day is working for me, so I am going to wrap up this vlog here, and I will see you in the next one. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, as per usual, all the house updates. I feel like this will be a running trend from now until probably the end of time, so I hope we're loving it because there's lots more to come. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!